Hi guys, Chantal here from Life Sorted, and today I'm going to talk about the 10 keys to happier living. So this 10 keys that I'm going to talk about today are actions we can take in our life that lead to happiness. These are things that have been researched by a movement called Action for Happiness, and they have come up with these 10 ways, thoughts, kind of things we can do as a human race that make us happier. Now, you might not find that all of these things have a happiness feeling, or that you can even do all of these things, but they are things that came up in research when they were talking to people about what made them happy. These were the things that continually kept arising. So it is something that the human race as a group, it's the kind of thing that gives us that happy feeling overall and makes our lives a happier place to be. Action for Happiness, I will put all the links in the box below for you guys to go check out. It is a really interesting website. It breaks down these 10 keys into different actions you can take to kind of fulfill each of the keys. It is trying to make the world a happier place and lead people to happier living. So key number 1 is giving. It's doing things for others. Whether you actually go out and volunteer for a charity or you simply do small things for people in your lives, we get a feeling of joy and gratefulness when we are able to give back to other people, do things for other people. So making us happy by making other people happy, making their lives easier. It's a great way to help yourself feel happy. It's almost a selfish way to make yourself feel happy by doing things for other people. But you can see, if you make a member of your family or a member in your community, you make their lives easier, you make them happy, that in turn makes you happy. Key number 2 is relating to other people. So connecting with people, whether this be friends or family, or making a new connection with somebody you don't know. Having ourselves surrounded by people that we can connect with, whether it be over a hobby, over your food, or because you're family. Having friendships and those types of human connections make us happier in lives. If you live a solitary life, the likelihood is you are not as happy. Even if you've only got a small group of friends, like me, I only have a very small family and a small group of friends, but connecting with those people on a daily basis, whether it's face to face or sending a quick message on my phone, having those connections, those human interactions makes you happier. Number 3 is exercise and looking after your body. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a gym bunny or anything like that, but simply knowing that we are taking care of our bodies makes us happier. So this could be eating well or taking exercise when you can. Both of those things make us feel happy. Knowing that we're eating good food makes us feel happy, and the endorphins and adrenaline you get from exercise makes you happy. So combining these things just to encourage ourselves to look after our bodies is a way to make you feel happier. Key number 4 is awareness. So this is along the idea of mindfulness, being more aware of the world around you and being more aware of yourself, your body, your place within the world. These things can help lead to a happier life. It's quite often a case of simply taking a few minutes out of your busy day to sit and be aware of what's going on around you. Take in your surroundings, the sounds, the feelings, the smells, everything. Take it all in, absorb it, and just be in that moment in time. Be in that place that you are, just for a few minutes. If we raise our awareness, we become more conscious of what is going on, and we live life more. We feel life a little bit more, if that makes sense. So you're not letting things pass you by, and you can take happiness in the small things in life instead of just them going on whilst you're preoccupied with something else. Number 5 is trying out new things and self-growth. So whether you want to learn a new skill or learn a language or try a sport or a hobby or a craft, keeping our minds and our bodies active with teaching it new things is a great way to keep you feeling happy. You get that sense of achievement if you manage to, paint a picture or make a pot or do 50 sit-ups if that's your thing. But you get that sense of achievement from learning new stuff and pushing yourselves to keep educating yourself, whether it be a physical type of education or a mental one, but keeping on learning. No matter how old we get, teaching ourselves new things is great for us. It's great to keep our minds active, keep our minds young, and keep us going, keep us happy. It's also that idea of challenging yourself, to pushing yourself just that little bit. Because if you just kind of coast along, not teaching yourself anything new, not learning new skills, not educating yourself, the likelihood is, one, you'll get left behind from a lot of other friends and family who are learning new things, educating themselves, but also you're not challenging yourself, you're not giving yourself a purpose outside of your work. I mean, you can learn new things in work. Is there a new skill in work you can learn that will help make your job easier or help push you up your career ladder? Because even then, it's that whole idea that you're getting happier when you're making yourself do something. You're pushing yourself to be the best you can be. Number 6 is direction. Giving yourself little goals or big goals, stuff that is easy to do in a small amount of time or stuff that takes a long amount of time. Having goals that you are pushing yourself towards is really, really great for your happiness. Again, it kind of works into that last thing about teaching yourself new things. Giving yourself a goal in the future gives you something to look forward to, gives you something to push yourself towards. So you strive towards learning something or you strive towards completing something. It gives you that sense of accomplishment and makes you feel good when you do it. Whether it's a goal simply, like I've mentioned in past videos, of drinking more water every day. So you set that goal, you reach it every day, you feel great at the end of the day. You go, I did it, I made it, woohoo, go me. So that makes us feel happier. And that's kind of one of the small everyday things that can make you feel happier, reaching those small goals. This is why the idea of not necessarily New Year's resolutions, because I don't believe in resolutions, but New Year's goals can be a great thing. It gives you stuff to push yourself towards, stuff to focus your attention on throughout the year. So setting small ones that can happen daily or over a few weeks, and then setting the big stuff which keeps you continually occupied throughout the year and gives you something to work towards. It does make you feel happier knowing you're doing something to reach somewhere. So number 7 is resilience. No matter what you do in your life, there is always going to be times of failure and loss and sadness and things going wrong. We can't get away from that. We're humans. We are not perfect. It happens. But what is important is how we come back from these things, how we combat our feelings and our emotions, and how we kind of get ourselves back to normal and push ourselves through these difficult situations. So whether it's a case of putting coping mechanisms in place or having a system that you use to get past certain things, having those in place will help you feel happier. It means you're not dwelling on these things because you know this happened now, but you can get past it. Sorry, oops, just curled up behind me. Sometimes it's a case of having a positive thinking attitude and knowing that this is one moment in time, but be positive that things will change, things will get better, you can get past it. And having those mechanisms already in place can make you happier that you know that that situation isn't going to bring you down when it might have before you'd put your coping mechanisms in place. Number 8 is your emotions. The whole idea that positivity breeds positivity. So having a positive outlook on life makes you feel more positive as a person overall and makes you happier. It's important to be positive but also be realistic. There is no point striving for a goal that you know is never going to happen or is very, very, very unlikely to happen. You know, I would love to go to space, for instance. So, you know, putting a goal that you will go to space is great, but it ain't gonna happen. So you need to be positive but realistic about what you set yourself. Understanding your emotions and learning to feel stuff, not keeping things bottled in, not locking those emotions away, is a really important step to feeling happier in life. You have to be able to think through things and understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Whether it's a good or a bad feeling, simply being able to understand it and learn from it is a way to make us feel happier. This does bring me back to a point I've made before, which is a gratitude journal. That gratitude journal can help put stuff in place, work out your emotions and work through things and put a positive spin onto the end of every day pretty much. No matter how bad that day was, you see the positives at the end of the day and it makes you feel happier. It makes that day seem like it wasn't so bad and it was a good day. The last point for this one is to make time for fun, especially if you are a parent. Don't live in that constant space of stress and not having time to do stuff and feeling like you're frazzled and being pulled in a million directions. Make time for fun. Put it in the calendar and put it in your diary. Just pencil in 30 minutes a day if necessary where you have fun with your kids. Having that emotion that your kids are enjoying something makes you enjoy it and it makes you happier. So make time for fun, especially if you're a parent. Even if you're not a parent, sometimes getting away from the seriousness of being an adult and doing something fun can be a really, really great way to make you feel happy. Number 9 is acceptance. Understanding that you are not perfect. Nobody in the world is perfect. The human race is flawed, but understanding you have those flaws and they're not necessarily a bad thing. Just accept them. I'm not saying not to push to change them. Sometimes flaws not need to be changed, but sometimes you feel like you will be happier if you can work through those flaws, but you will never be a perfect human because there is no such thing. You need to be kinder on yourself. Don't make yourself feel so bad. Don't push yourself down because of a specific flaw in your character or something that you deem to be a flaw. So again, they kind of all tie in, giving yourself direction and setting yourself goals to help get past something that is bothering you, help to work towards the better you, not the perfect you, but a better you, helps you feel better about yourself if you feel like you are striving to get past something. So for me, for instance, my weight. I do feel like I am too big, but I am doing something about that. I understand I'm too big. I don't beat myself up about it. I don't dwell on the fact that I'm overweight. What I am doing is trying to make a change. So I'm making a positive change to become the better me that I can be. So that is making me happier. Knowing that I'm doing something about it makes me happier. And number 10 is meaning. So finding a purpose for your life. This is like the ultimate human question, I suppose. Why are we here? What are we on this planet for? What are we meant to do? So you know, it's one of those big questions, and I'm not saying that everybody is going to know the answer to it straight away, but giving your life a purpose or a reasoning makes you feel happy. If you know that there is something that you were put here to do, in other words, whether you are religious or not religious, simply knowing that there is a goal, a decision that you're here to do, that makes you feel happier. So for some people, this can simply be being a parent. I am here to look after this awesome little dude that I've got and to help him grow and educate him. Or faith is another one. Some people's faith give them a purpose in life. Maybe there is a job that you are born to do. You love your job. So giving yourself that purpose of being the best, whatever it is that you can be, drives you to be happier. So quite often it is a case of finding something that you are personally passionate about. Are you passionate about volunteering to help the homeless? Are you passionate about being a nurse? About writing books for children? Anything? Passionate about being a parent, looking after your kids? Is that what you've always wanted to do? Find out what your passion is, what you think you were put here for, what your reasoning for life is, and do that to the best of your ability. Really push yourself to be the best version of you, whatever that happens to be. Finding that meaning in your life, it will make you happy. So that is the 10 keys to happier living that have come from the Action for Happiness movement. Again, I will put their link in the box below. I will also put it on the screen here for you guys. Please go check them out. It is a really, really great website, great movement, and it gives you so many ideas on ways you can become happier and things you can do to help you live a happier, more fulfilled life. That is all for today, guys. Please do leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about these. Like I said, you don't need to fulfill all 10 of these keys. Simply find the ones that help make you happier or help you to pursue a more fulfilling life. So give me a nice big thumbs up, hit subscribe to join the Life Sorted community, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!